Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly oracle card reading. And for this reading, I am going to be using the Conscious Spirit Oracle cards by Dreyer. And this is the first reading that I've done outside in a long time. It's been a while. I used to do outdoor readings quite often, but I haven't for a while. And I'm outside in my new backyard, in my new garden. For those of you that have been watching my readings for a while, I was looking for a house for the longest time, and for 3 years actually. And I finally found a beautiful, beautiful house, and so I'm out in the garden. You can probably hear the birds. It's a beautiful sunny day, but it is a little bit windy, so I'm hoping that my cards don't blow away. Okay, so we'll start with the first card. This card represents Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. And we have Third Eye Chakra. So this card says, I see the wisdom of my higher self and apply this wisdom to my life. So Third Eye Chakra is about having kind of spiritual vision, spiritual sight, sort of like it's the third eye. One way to think of this is it can represent intuition, psychic ability, the ability to go on a vision, or shamanic journey, and also it has to do with dreaming and the visions that you have in your dreams. So a really powerful card. And what it means, I think it's come to us at the beginning of the week, number one, to remind us that we have this ability. So if there's if you're in any sort of quandary, and I think that sometimes when we're in a quandary or we're struggling with something, we often forget that we have, inner resources. We forget that there's the world of spirit that we can connect to. We forget that we can, meditate or, access our intuition. It's so easy to forget it because it's right there with us all the time. And so we can sometimes kind of take it for granted and just forget that we have that. So I feel like the message with this card is remember and honor your ability to go within and to see in the dark. I like to say that, your ability to see in the dark, and even when things aren't clear to you, you still have that spiritual sight, that spiritual vision, and your intuition where you can kind of feel your way through things. I feel like there's more for me to say here. Essentially, I feel like the beginning of the week is a really good time to reconnect with your intuition, reconnect with your spiritual sight, and really honor that and appreciate it. And then as you move further into the week, okay, we've got Archangel Raphael, and this card says, I invite Archangel Raphael to bring healing and knowledge into my life. And here's where I wish I remembered what Archangel Raphael was all about and what he represented, and I don't. So some of you watching who know your angels and your archangels and stuff like that, feel free to let me know in the comment section what Archangel Raphael represents. I think he represents healing, now that I'm reading the definition of the card. Okay, so the sense that I'm getting from this card, though, and of course the word healing and knowledge are two things that are jumping out into my mind when I look at this card. I feel like this card is about finding your own answers to health concerns. Some of us watching this right now, I know, are probably struggling with energy and feeling like you have a lack of energy, and you want to feel clear, you want to feel, exuberant and energized, and you want to feel like you are maybe not bouncing off the walls, but you want to feel like you have more energy in your day-to-day life, and you might not be. So for those of us who are like, yep, that's me, I feel like this card has kind of a special message, and I feel like the message is that no one person has the answer for you about why your energy is low, and there is not one answer. It's not like a simple thing like, you know, eat more vegetables or go out in the sun or whatever. It's kind of like a whole bunch of things that are contributing to feeling like you have a lack of energy. And I feel like with this card, it's reminding you that you can call upon, you know, your helper spirits with this issue. And I want to connect it back to this card, because this card is all about going within. And when I look at the third eye chakra card, I think of not so much meditation, even though that looks like what she's doing. She looks like she's praying or meditating. I feel like this card, like, it really reminds me of shamanic journeying, or even like dream work, where, you know, with shamanic journeying, you know, you listen to a repetitive drum beat and you kind of go into like a trance-like state, and it's sort of like dreaming, but when you're awake. Lucid dreaming, that's another thing that kind of pops into my head with this card. Anyways, I think I got off track there. But what I was gonna say is, I feel like the center card here, which again represents kind of the middle of the week, so like Wednesday and Thursday, I feel like if you're having any health concerns, and I mean like minor health concerns, you know, like you're feeling like you just don't have as much energy as you used to, you want to feel, you know, like you have more energy. I feel like by going within, you can really find the answers, and you can get some guidance as to some of the things that you need to be doing to increase your energy levels. So I'll just leave you with that, because there's so many ways to increase your energy, but not all of those things might be for you. So this is about going within and trusting your inner guidance. Okay, and at the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have Spark of Divine. And this card says, I reignite the divine spark within me and recognize I am part of all creation. I feel like this card kind of summed up what I was saying about energy and going within and like connecting to that spirit world. I feel like when I look at this card and it's got the word spark of divine, there's just like an intense energy there, and I feel like this is the spark that we have all been looking for. You know, I think it's easy to kind of get into a rut and go through life feeling a little bit dulled around the edges and feeling like colors are muted and you're a little bit foggy headed and nothing really feels maybe exciting or like really pure, and you just don't have that spark. I mean, I have often felt that way, like I'm just looking for that spark, something to really kind of light me up and give me energy. And I feel like the message here is that spark is within us, and it's up to us to clear all the gunk out of the way that stops us from experiencing that spark. So you're not going to find that spark in another person or in a hobby or activity or anything. It's already within you. This is about uncovering the muck that keeps our spark weak and keeps us from really seeing that spark of light within us. And like the card says, I recognize I am part of all creation. I think another way to really increase your light and that sparky feeling, that excitement about life, is to notice and acknowledge your connection to all things. And there's many different ways that you can do this. I find like going outside, like right now I'm out in my garden, the birds are singing, there's bees in the trees, there's a light breeze, and I feel like when I'm out in nature, it's easy to feel connected to all of creation. But there's many different ways that you can feel that connection. Okay, so I'm just going to take a quick step back, and I want to invite you to really spend time, give yourself a minute or two looking at these cards and see if you notice a common theme, and ask yourself what that theme means for you right now in your life. I'll tell you what I see when I look at all these cards. The common theme that's jumping out at me is light. There's a big ball of light in the middle, which is drawing my attention to it. There's light on the either side, and I'm not sure what it means, but I'm going to spend some time meditating on that. Thank